Have you ever noticed your dog tilting its head when you cry, pacing when you're stressed, or quietly sitting next to you when life feels overwhelming? Coincidence? Not at all. Over thousands of years, dogs have evolved alongside us, developing remarkable ways to tune into our voices, our faces, and even our chemistry. They're not just our pets, they are emotional partners. Science shows that dogs' brains actually have regions devoted to processing our voices, just like humans. In one study, researchers scanned dog brains and found that specific areas in their temporal cortex light up when they hear a human voice. But it's more than sound. Dogs react to the emotional tone behind the sound. A laugh, a sob, or an angry shout doesn't just enter their ears, it lights up their auditory cortex and their amygdala, the emotion center of their brain, and they're watching you too. When shown pictures of human faces, dogs' brains become more active. Seeing a familiar face, especially yours, triggers reward and emotion centers. In a way, they aren't processing words, they're processing feelings. Here's where it gets even more fascinating: emotional contagion. That's the scientific term for how your dog can catch your mood. One study stressed dog owners and their dogs actually had synchronized heartbeats. Your stress literally becomes theirs. And then there's the oxytocin effect, sometimes called the love hormone. When you and your dog lock eyes, both of your brains release oxytocin, creating a bonding loop similar to what happens between parents and babies. This response doesn't even happen with wolves. It's something unique that dogs evolved with us. Dogs also read body language. They can tell the difference between a smiling face and an angry face, even in photographs. They use their sense of smell to pick up emotions too. In another study, dogs who smelled the sweat of fearful people showed more stress themselves. In other words, they can literally smell your anxiety. How did dogs get so emotionally attuned? Domestication changed everything. While their wild wolf ancestors needed big brains for survival, domestication reshaped dogs' brains to excel at social intelligence instead. Experiments with domesticated foxes suggest the same thing. Breeding for friendliness strengthens emotional and reward centers. This doesn't mean your dog understands your complex thoughts. They're not sitting there pondering your problems, but they are incredibly skilled at picking up on what you project, your tone, posture, scent, and expression, and they respond in a way that feels deeply empathetic. In a fast, chaotic world, that silent empathy is more than endearing, it's evolutionary. And it reminds us that sometimes the purest form of friendship doesn't need words at all. Thanks for watching.